A little bit of lemon zest just to really amp up that citrus flavor. Okay, need a new zester. Hello and welcome back to Cooking Slow with Natalia. I am really excited about today's recipe. It feels very sort of, I mean, you can eat it any time of year, but for me, it's very reminiscent of being on holiday down by the sea in Italy, probably, but you can usually get it in most places. And it is a riff on linguine or spaghetti vongole, which are these small little clams, which I got from which Joss got from the fishmonger. I would always urge, if you can, to get your seafood or fish or anything from a fishmonger, because it's usually going to be so much more sustainable, a much higher quality, and it's just nice to support smaller businesses. And then we are today going to be doing it with fregola, which is this little, it's kind of like couscous, but it's pasta, which actually I think couscous is also pretty much just pasta, but it originates from Sardinia. Bloody aeroplanes. Although actually today they're not directly over us, but they're like in and around. So yes, fregola, which you can cook this like you would cook any normal pasta by kind of just putting it in a big pot of water and then draining it. However, today we're gonna go down kind of like a risotto route and just do it all in one pan. It saves the washing up, and I think it's gonna be really good. It was actually Joss's idea to do it with a fregola, and I've like heavily jumped on board. Very simple ingredients wise, we have clams, and then chili, garlic, onion, and lemon. I love to make anything that's got seafood in super lemon or zesty. Oh my God, look at Oscar. Just having a minute. Life is tough. A little bit of stock, but you could also just use water. We've also got some white wine, which I have forgot to put out, and then some parsley, lots and lots of parsley, and your pasta of choice. So let's get cracking. As with every time we cook, we're gonna start with our mise en place. So starting with chopping the onion, I want this to be as fine as I really can. I always think if you're making anything like a risotto, or in this case, fregola, you want the onion or anything that you're chopping veg-wise to kind of match that size and be quite uniform. That's my personal preference. I know some people like things to be really chunky. That is not my preference. Always leave the root on because it's, why are there seagulls? They smelt the clams. They're like, what, is this the beach? If you leave the root on, it's so much easier to chop because it holds it together for you. So as per usual, I will do a few incisions along the way. I always try and get like down to eye level with it almost. I think it's just quite a safe way to do it. And then there we go. And then even just taking that a step further, so there's that one big piece there, but you can just run your knife along it to make them extra small. And then, you know, I like to be organized and have my cups, so I just put it in here so that my chopping board stays fairly clean. I'm gonna use a whole head of garlic, almost. I, for this, like it to be really heavy on the garlic. So the way that I'm going to cut the garlic today, like flakes almost, like this. Obviously watch your fingers when you get to the end. I quite like for this kind of a pasta dish to have like a whole flake of garlic. It goes really, really sweet and fragrant, and it's just delicious. And just think when those clams open and you see a little bit of fregola and then like a whole thing of garlic, you're gonna be like, yummy. So that is, for me, like a solid amount of garlic. Does that make you happy, Joss? Are you fine with that? Big fan. Oh, so good. Okay, chili. So I am going to just dice these, not all three, obviously. So I'll just take off the end and then flatten that, and then cut it into matchsticks or julienne, and then line it all up. So I think maybe actually just half a chili. So there's quite a lot of seeds in there. What do you think? Like it's like an averagely hot chili. No, it's decent. It's got punch. It's coming. I'm gonna put that in with the garlic because they can go in at the same time. And I am just gonna wash my hands because I know I will touch my eyes. And I might get the wine as well. Oh, right, now we're gonna start cooking. We've swapped out our blue stove for a nice sleek black one. So that's getting kind of hot. Let's add some oil. And then into the oil, we're gonna go with the onion. Nice pinch of salt. And then get my favorite spoon. And we just want that to soften a little bit. This has had a couple of minutes, so now garlic and chili. Again, just another little pinch of salt on there to help draw out the liquid, stop it from burning. I think I touched my eye with a frickin' chili. Okay, we're gonna go in with the Fregola. I'm gonna use this whole pack, or whole half a pack. So 500 grams, so that's probably about 250. A little bit of quick maths there, no biggie. I just want to toast this off the same way you would with arborio rice if you were doing a risotto. Just kind of get every grain covered in that lovely garlicky chili oil. And then I'm gonna just deglaze the pan with some Pinot Grigio white wine, which is like a nice dry Italian wine. Actually, I'm just gonna use the whole thing because why not? And then just let that kind of soak everything up. A little bit of stock. Again, kind of like a risotto, just doing a little bit at a time. And then you get that really lovely, creamy, starchy sauce. Just add a little bit more. And then it really is as simple as just letting this cook. And then when the Fregola is pretty much ready, oh, pause for wind. We're also apparently in a storm right now. What's it called? Storm Edna? I don't know, I just made that up. Yeah, okay, fine. The Fregola takes usually about 10 minutes to cook and get soft and al dente, so we're just gonna let that kind of do its thing, slowly adding the stock as you go. So this has been going on for like just over 10 minutes now. I'm just gonna give it a little sample because we don't wanna, you wanna make sure it's cooked, like the Fregola is cooked through. I'm just going to add a little bit more liquid and then drain these off. Just literally, and then put the lid on. Let that do its thing for a couple minutes. I will just kind of shake it because I don't want all the Fregola to stick to the bottom, so I do want to keep it moving. But you want to leave the lid on. Oh yeah. It's so quick, they only take like a couple of minutes. You basically just want all of the clams to open. Okay, I'm gonna start chopping some parsley. So just gonna kind of take off some of these nice big leaves. Gorgeous. Look, you can see these guys opening now. Oh my God, it's gonna be so delish. Okay, gonna get some lemon juice in there. We've added in our parsley, stirred it through. That's not the most juicy lemon in the world. Okay, give that a bit of a mix. This looks so good. Taste for seasoning with the sauce. Oh, that's so good. I love clams. I haven't had them in so long. This is so exciting. I've got Fregola on my fucking foot. Gonna need probably a bit more. Black pepper. A bit more chili. Nice pop of red. A little bit of lemon zest just to really amp up that citrus flavor. Okay, and then finishing with some oil. Gorgeous. Mm. Mm. That is fucking good. I think what's so nice about doing fregola with the clams is like you kind of get a big mouthful of everything and the shell almost becomes your vessel to eat. I imagine this would also be absolutely divine if you mopped it up with some bread. But yeah, as you can see in here, the fregola just sits really nicely around the clam meat. Is that what you would call it, I guess? And you can just get like all of the flavor in one spoon. And I mean, cutlery is overrated, am I right? Mm. Even though the clams have only been in there for a little while, they really like infiltrate the flavor. It's so clammy. I love it. And the chili is really like subtle, but it definitely lasts on your tongue a little bit, which I really like. And then the lemon zest and just those big fat nugs of garlic make me so happy. There you go. Right. Mm. Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, and you're doing it with me, which makes it fun. I know. He loves you. He's like, give me clams. I kind of just want to be like in Sicily right now.